Let's go for a little herb walk in my mom's front yard, shall we? Hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I want to show you my mom's magnificent Oregon Grape Root specimen, which is toward the end of the summer season, has some blueberries, very typical. This is the tall, grand version. There's a short, scrubby version that grows in the wild more often, but Oregon Grape Root, recognizable because of lots of reasons. It's got these leaves with little sharp ends. It gets these berries which grow blue in the spring. They are nice, pleasant yellow flowers, and perhaps most relevantly to us humans, there is berberine, a strong antioxidant or antiviral, antibacterial chemical constituent called berberine. It's a yellow, bitter chemical which is found in golden seal root and also in Oregon grape root. And golden seal is a slow-growing, somewhat endangered plant since it's popular with humans for medicinal use. And so I encourage people to learn about Oregon grape root because it is much quicker growing, much more prevalent, and just a little bit weaker in its amount of berberine, which can actually be less irritating to the kidneys. So it makes an excellent antimicrobial, antiviral, antibacterial herb. And you would use it's the root bark that is strongest in berberine, although you'll see the yellowness in some of the just regular branches of it. And while I'm here in my mom's fabulous front yard, I want to show you some mullein. Here we have second-year mullein toward the end of its blooming. It's about a typical specimen here. You can see the residual of some of the yellow flowers. It used to be called candle or torch plant sometimes because you might wrap these stalks in cotton cloth and dip them in wax and then use them to burn for a torch. Kind of makes me itchy. It's got a little bit of a hairiness to the leaves, but the leaves are nice and soft, sometimes used for toilet paper out in the, it's not paper, but for wiping your butt. Can be a better choice than some out in the wild. I want to show you a first-year mullein plant, so I just actually pulled some up, but a first year grows in just a rosetta like this from a single stalk. There's one down here I can show you that's just growing small for first year, and then in the second year they put up that big stalk of yellow flowers. Mullein is an excellent smokable herb. It's a good expectorant. The flowers can be soaked in olive oil and used for earaches. And here we have an almond tree. You don't see those everywhere, at least where I live. We every year get almonds on it, but haven't actually harvested them because you got to get them out of those. I don't know if you knew, but that's what they look like in this fuzzy shell, and then the fuzziness comes off, and underneath that is what most people are familiar with as an almond shell, and then inside of that hard shell is the actual nut, which needs to be dried and sometimes roasted or cured at least a little bit. Over here, so that's a nice Oregon grape specimen. Here we have a apple tree, and here's a lovely plum tree, which I need to harvest some plums from today. Nice, I think these are called like American standard plums or something. This is actually quite a nice specimen of a plum tree. Produces lots of fruit every year for the last many years. And plums are excellent for digestion. Just a nice sweet fruit you're probably familiar with. See, over here we have some apricot trees toward the end of their production. Apple trees, peach trees. I was looking for more herbs. Really, I just wanted to show you the mullein and the Oregon grape. Here's some agave. Let's look at this. Agave, this agave patch, you can see it's putting up lots of babies, and it does that through runners. I don't think it has quite as much sun as it would like or the right nutrients, so it has not bloomed yet, but I just was reading about agave, which you can make syrup from. There's different varieties of agave, and I'm not sure the exact variety of this, but I do know that they put up a giant stalk. I just recently learned they are in the asparagus family. I did not know that. And apparently once they put up that flower stalk, then that rosetta dies off, although there's usually other rosettas around it, like you can see here. Several growing. They are quite sharp. They will impale you if you were to like fall on them. I wouldn't recommend it. And one more thing over here while we're exploring the goodies of the garden. Here's an old muscadine grape. This is an older variety with seeds in it. So there's several varieties of grape, many varieties of grapes. Many of the older varieties, which come in male and female, called muscadines, which have seeds in them. I am not a grape expert, but that's what I know about that one. So again, some mullein, some Oregon grape root, some almonds, some grapes, and some plums. Let me know if you got any thoughts about any of that. As always, you can find ways to connect with me and support me in the description. And until next time, I wish you love, laughter, lightheartedness, peaceful conflict resolution, adventures in the garden, sweet fruits. Don't forget to play every day.